Okay.
And if you're not cool and you won't know, you won't see it.
All right. You're live.
All right. Hi, I'm Mike. And this is my, hey, yes, we're in AA, I forgot. So anyway, this is my cryptocurrency mining rig. And so yeah, I built this out of all the stuff I was doing. There was a time in my life where I was like, well, what am I going to do? I'm really stuck, and this really sucks. And I lived in San Diego, which sucks, just about what you hear a lot. And so I'm like, how am I supposed to get out of here? So I was trying to figure out, like, how am I supposed to move on? How am I supposed to move forward? So eventually I built this cryptocurrency mining rig, and it's pretty cool. I had some 3090 RTX Founders Editions running on this one, the last time I was running it. And those had to go unfortunately because I was in the middle of moving, so I had to sell them. But I used a 3990, 64 thread, 64 core, 128 thread CPU, Threadripper. So the AMD Threadripper was really great, especially for mining Monero, mining a lot of things like that. Got well-above power supply. SSD hard drive, because one of the mining could be more efficient, and HDDs could be kind of sluggish. Other than that, there's a bunch of cool stuff on here that doesn't actually make it work any better or worse. It just looks cool. And it's fun to look at.
It's like the Honda makes it
faster. This blanket or sheet or whatever, that does not make it mine any better. I just got that when I was moving it back from my parents to my apartment over here, so that crackheads or tweakers wouldn't steal it. So they'd look at it and go, wow, there's something expensive in this car. So yeah, it was really awesome. And I remember all this led up to this pivotal point in my life a few years ago when I moved to where I wanted to be, and after kind of having 40 years, I'm like, I don't want to be where I am anymore. I want to be somewhere different. Finally, I felt like I could just appreciate myself and love my life for the first time, after I was 40 years old. So that I'm very grateful for in terms of what I got out of this machine. Anyway, does anyone have any questions?
Could you turn it so we can actually see it?
Yes. Hold on.
But I like the pins.
What did you use for the chassis?
Just twist the table. Look at the table.
Yes.
Turn the table. Turn the table. Don't kill yourself.
It's this thing keeps holding.
So I guess the
Got it.
answer is no.
So when you're turning it.
So I guess the
All right, there we go.
There we go.
So my question is, how did you actually build that? Is it just like building a computer, basically?
Yeah, it's kind of like building a computer. I built a few computers before that. It's interesting. I had my first computer. I had a few other people really help me build it. Then I remember there was one time I was trying to build kind of a local, almost like renter farm for myself. So I did that out of 3 towers. So that kind of helped me get into how to build this.
Right.
Does the messy cables make it run faster?
What?
Does the messy cables make it run faster?
Oh no, the missing cables are just for display.
Stickers make it run fast.
What cryptocurrency does that mine?
Just more altcoins. I mined Monero, either straight from Monero from here, or a lot of times I use NiceHash, which would just switch the different algos, the different algorithms, based on what was the best proof of work at the time, the best difficulty rate at the time. Really hard difficulty rates like Bitcoin or River obviously couldn't do with this kind of machine. But I did get a gaming motherboard, an ROS gaming motherboard, because I felt gaming motherboard would be the best for efficient mining. Yeah.
That's a good question. Wait, so how many GPUs is there?
How many what?
GPUs?
Well, this had 1 GPU.
Oh.
When I was trying to connect another 3090 RTX Founders Edition to it, that just kind of it would just go right away. It would short right away. Other previous mining rigs I built, there were ones I did 4 or 6 1080 Ti's, and running those together were really great. There are some really great 1080 Ti's I got for really cheap that mined pretty efficiently. So it was pretty cool. Those were GTX, of course.
And then, does it raise your electricity bill a little high? Or?
Well, that's the reason why when I used to live with my parents, I basically ran it off their electricity. so they complained about it, but they let it happen. But apparently it raises higher. But you know, with the place I rent, I don't know how much it raises, but I'm guessing kind of a lot because it ran pretty hot. So, but it's not cheap because it definitely it's like a sauna, you know, when you're renting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you use it as a sauna, Stone?
No. I just did my thing. It's funny. I felt like opening the window to the room I was mining in, so that I would prevent dust from coming in or dust from blocking the GPUs or whatnot. The whole deal was the obstacle with that was afterwards I read an article where they tried to get a Bitcoin mining farm together in Iceland, and it was supposed to be like, oh, there's no crime here, there's no problems here. Well, they opened a window like that, and someone came in with a ladder and stole a bunch of the Bitcoin ASICs. So I had to like just shut the windows and just stay out of the room. Once when I was sleeping in there, I got really sick, you know, because it was so hot. But yeah.
So how much is it mined?
How much is mine? Well, like this much right here is everything I earned from it. It's like $5, $10, $11, $12. So I'm ready to buy a mansion in Bel Air now. So that's pretty cool. So,
But net with the power consumption.
oh, net with power consumption, right?
Well, he didn't pay for it, so therefore he still netted the 11, 12.
Yeah, and since my parents don't work for the IRS, then I don't owe them anything back. But yeah, that is something you want to consider. Also, is consumption in terms of like consumption rate plus you know what your gain or loss would be with the power consumption. And there's also a website, What to Mine. That's WHATTOMINE.com. They have some calculators like that where you could calculate it. You can figure in what hardware mines what amount and how much damage you'd have to pay for the power bill, and what are probably the most cost efficient to use in terms of CPUs and GPUs to mine it. Cool.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we immediately roll or do we wait?
Thank you. Thank you.
So did you clean that